everyone, my name is Sharon, also known as Sagefira, and welcome back to my playthrough of I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, recorded live over on Twitch. Last time, we embraced our rebellious spirit and snuck past the exocolony walls, exploring the lush flora and fauna beyond. We also experienced our first glow season, a beautiful time of year that we learned is also quite deadly. Our second year as exocolonists is about to begin. What adventures lie before us on Vertumna? Let's jump back into it, shall we? I am very excited to see what is coming next in our little adventure. We have Sagefira. Yes, we have named the character Sagefira because it feels like a space name. Sagefira. We are 11 years old with bird-like eyes that miss nothing. I can take a beating or drop a brick on my foot without cursing, and creatively, you're in a class of our own. Oh, I didn't realize our description has actually updated due to our skills that we've gotten. Before, I think it stopped at the bird-like eyes miss nothing, but now we have a new description, which is really, really exciting, actually. That's so cool. So, like, our story literally does evolve as we get older, which is exciting. I love. Yeah, so that's where we're at. We are 11 years old. We are currently very creative and very tough. We are very close friends with Tangent, and a very important thing, we have found a way to sneak out. We found a way to sneak out of the colony. So that's exciting. We can learn how to, we can explore and spend time with animals and stuff, which is exciting, I think. That being said, we are back, and let's get to it, shall we? So beginning of our 11th year, let's talk to everyone, get reacclimated. Mars is leaning over a hollow screen, chin in hand. She exhales and blows a piece of hair out of her eyes. I hate schoolwork, she says, but my dad's told me that a good education is necessary for all people of culture, so I guess I gotta do it. She scrolls listlessly through her work with one finger. I'm doing the science parts last, though. Mars is growing on me a little bit. Like, I thought she was the mean popular girl, but she seems to have some depth. Here's our best friend, Tangent. Tangent is standing still with her face held up to the sky, letting blue snowflakes land on her cheeks. They melt almost immediately. She doesn't move as you approach. After a minute, she winces and rubs her eyes. It stings, she says, because it's made of acid. Acid snow? Really? Tange nods. Professor Hal says it isn't harmful, and it is an important part of the natural cycle here. It freezes at 12 degrees Celsius and turns into tiny crystals that are so heavy they fall from the clouds. You can see them under a microscope. She sticks her tongue out and lets some of the flakes fall on it. It tastes kind of sour, but sweet, she observes. Fascinating. Tange pulls out a sample jar out of her coat. We know what it's made of, but our understanding is incomplete, she says, and places the jar on an outcropping of rocks. She's a nerd, and I love it. The big mushrooms change in shape and color before the snow began to fall. I wonder, is there some sort of signal that precedes the changing of seasons? What happens if I expose samples collected in dust season to snow from quiet season? A small, excited smile creeps across Tange's face. There's so much to learn about this planet, and I can't wait. She's a little nerd, and I love her. I really, we can romance these characters when we get older, and I'm looking forward to breaking through her tough shell and making her love me, maybe. All right, let's go ahead and talk to Dice here. Dice is perched up on a big rock, silently watching the forest. He barely moves as you approach. The longer you look, the more you see, he says cryptically. And then we've got, here's Cal. Cal is leaning on a garden fence, looking out at the colony. That attack was awful, he says quietly. I did something I'm not proud of, and people still got hurt. He sniffles and rubs his face. All the adults tell me that it's okay, because I had to do it, that I was brave and I protected the colony, but I don't want to hurt anything, not even a monster. Here's our Papa Geranium. You spot your dad lying on the ground in the soft grass, looking up at the sky. He zooms his hand across his field of vision like a spaceship and looks over with a dreamy smile. Hey, kiddo, he says. Sometimes I can't believe we're back on solid ground. After 20 years in space, it doesn't feel real. And here's our mom. Your mom blinks at you like she hasn't seen you in a while. Wow, you're getting big, she mutters, shaking her head in disbelief. Okay. So we have some other, like, we have some other activities available to us depending. Also, I think I saw a collectible over here. Ah, I was right. What is this? This is a bunch of medicinal roots. Let's go. Anemone rolls a bobber fruit down her arm and flicks it to you with her elbow, then munches down on one of her own while she watches the construction crews work on the walls. Kinda cool, huh? She says. Soon this place is gonna look like a real colony. Neat. Alright, so now the question is, what do we want to do with our day today? So I kind of... Let's look at our skills. So I really want to learn more about animals. Like, I want to keep buffing my creativity, my toughness, and I want to get my animal skill up. But I feel like the next time I go outside, I should do it when I'm at low stress. Because when we're out in the wilderness, it takes stress to do stuff. So I think I'll go ahead and do some classes. I'll do some classes today, and we'll start with that. Let's study some engineering. Engineering and reasoning. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that today. Professor Hal rubs his hands together as he waits for the class to settle down. He's in a great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. If biology and chemistry are the wet sciences, then engineering must be a dry one. But believe me, this class definitely won't be dry. He winks. It's weird. We'll be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Tangent raises her hand. Will we also learn about nuclear engineering? She asks. Professor Hal nods. Yes, at a beginner level. We'll have an overview of atomic theory and take a field trip to the engine room to learn how our ship's nuclear reactor works to power the colony. Neat! Okay. As you get older, challenges can have conditions. The challenge suit, social, mental, or physical, determines what conditions can appear and which decks will work best. Try to collect social cards if you want to win battles for social. Oh, I see. So we want to have certain the matching suits, basically. All right, so we need to just get 15 to pass here. There we go. Win conditions. Let's go. So much has happened in the last month since the monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again. In all the excitement, you forgot that today was your birthday! Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with an enthusiastic shout of, "Surprise!" A Vertumnan year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is in the second month of quiet. Spark snowdrifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle up with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish, like a magic trick. At least you think it's fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit, your dad grins. The foragers have been picking these outside the walls. They might look a little funny, but they're tasty. Try one. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there, your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find? Sagefira is not allowed outside the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Little does she know we've already gone outside, but we don't have to tell her that. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says, but your mom cuts him off again. But not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack. Not with everything we know is out there now. The attack was scary. Your dad hugs you close. Aw, don't worry, tomato head, he says warmly. We'll keep you safe. Your mom reaches over and pats your leg, awkwardly. I know it's scary, but if you do as you're told during emergency drills, you'll be okay. Nothing is going to hurt you kids while we're around. You'd like to believe them, but you've seen the colony fall in your dreams. How long will it be until those visions become real? Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if something happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rhett's offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, even for kids. If you're interested, you should drop in sometime. Okay. So we can learn we can learn defense now, or combat. Your mom gives you a stern look. And I've heard stories of kids sneaking outside the walls, she says grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. Ooh, does she know? Mom, it's probably not that dangerous. Not that you would ever do it, but if other kids are out there, how bad could it be? This argument does not win you any favors with your mother. Oops. Early quiet. Mid-quiet. Love it. Alright, do we have any more different dialogue with any of our friendos? Looks like it's all the same. Yep, it's all the same dialogue. Yeah, so let's go ahead and just keep buffing up some of our thoughts, some of our stats. My plan is once we get our next rest period, we're gonna go outside. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. So what is our reasoning at right now? Reasoning is at 12. So I would like to get my reasoning up to 20. You're bringing supplies to Medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head pillowed on a rolled-up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tange sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Anemone. Whoa, Anemone says. She hardly ever sleeps. Like, just a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. We learned something. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Anemone says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. Shh, let's let her sleep. Tange's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says. No reason to gawk. I see. So again, for some context, all of the kids in this colony, we all were kind of produced, I think we were produced with genetic engineering. So we all have genetic modifiers of some kind. My character, Sagefira, has eagle eyes, so I have really high perception. And apparently Tangent needs less sleep than usual, which serves her really well as someone who likes to study, you know? Let's see. So we need 15 to be able to do this. So if we do that and that, like this, maybe? Yeah, there we go. 17 is the best I've been able to get. So let's go. We got 1 star. So definitely not the best, but it worked. All right, we're in late quiet now. What is our reasoning at? Our reasoning is at 14 now, and our stress is at 95. So I've got one more event I can do, then I'll have to rest. And then after I rest, I think I will go outside to like kind of explore. I wonder if it's worth giving her a gift. Do we have anything she would like, do you think? I think I'm gonna give her the bobber fruit. Here, I have something for you. Bobber fruit. For you, Tangent. Brain food to help you while you study. Tange shrugs. You should probably just keep it. I don't even know what I'd do with it. When you insist she keeps it, she shrugs again. Sure, maybe I'll find a use for it. I mean, it looks like we got some hearts with her, so that works for me. I just want you to love me, Tangent. I want you to be my best friend. We're gonna study some more engineering because I'd like to get my reasoning up. Hi, kids. The ship's onboard intelligence, Congruence, glides into the room on her ceiling track, and the class cheers. Congruence is so cool. She really is. Look at her. Isn't she cool? Congruence is so cool. She's like a person, but also a machine. She knows lots of jokes and can tell you anything about space. She never gets bored or frustrated by your questions. You all know me, she says, but I'll bet some of you have questions about how I work. What do you want to know? How do you know so many things? My brain is big, she explains. It's just enormous, really. Much bigger than this little monitor you see here. And it's connected to the ship's holonet, so anything you can look up on your holopalms, I just know. So what's your job, Congruence? Well, right now, part of me is showing animal videos to children in the creche, and part of me is here teaching you, but most of me is monitoring the engines which give us power, and the life support systems that make it comfortable here. Congruence, this is kind of a weird question, but do you have to eat and poop? She laughs, which has never sounded quite the same as a real person's laugh to you. I guess you could say I eat electricity, but not in the same way you get energy from food. But no, I have never pooped. I think it sounds kind of neat, actually. Oh my gosh, imagine. Remember, chat, we are an 11-year-old child, so I feel like asking, do you have to eat and poop to a robot is a completely valid question. Alright, so let's listen to Congruence and see what she tells us. Congruence explains that she had to do all kinds of calculations to help fly the ship and land it, and that she was designed to provide a user-friendly interface to the ship system. But Hal has modded me to be far more than that, she says proudly. Now I can even tell jokes. Why did the computer cross the road? She asks. I don't know. Why? Congruent smiles widely. 0-1-0-1-0-1-0-0-0-1-1-1-1-0-0-1-0-0-0-0-0. Let's get a binary translator up here. Binary translation. We're just doing it live. We're doing it live, everyone. This is the riveting content that you come to expect, right? Let's go ahead and swap over to this, actually, so we can do this live together. Several minutes later. There we go! Only took me several minutes, but why did the robot cross the road? To get a bite to eat! Eh! Thank you for the yay, I appreciate that. That was much more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. Oh, that's fun though. I love a good pun. We love a good pun in this household. Thank you so much for your patience as we figured that out, my goodness. Chat, if you have any jokes, if you have any good jokes, go ahead and tell them in chat because we love sharing jokes in this household. Alright, so let's see. I mean, that's the best I'm gonna get, right? Like, I definitely feel, oh yeah, I did pretty well. I got 3 stars. I was just like, am I doing it right? But we did it, chat. We did it. We got +3 engineering, +2 reasoning, and 15 stress. And now we're gonna have to rest. We're gonna have to rest during this part of the season, which is fine. Which is fine. Look, we're in the season of Pollen, which is beautiful. Our reasoning is at 16, so we need to do a couple more engineering classes before we can get closer to Miss Tangent. You meet your dad adjusting a watering pot in your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes runny and red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look sick before. People were hardly ever ill on the stratospheric, except sometimes when the zero-G rooms made them queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it had nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in, carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this time of year. She buries her nose deep in them, and they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful. Then he blows his nose loudly. Let's sniff the flowers. They do smell good, and they look harmless. Your dad's eyes go sad. Your dad's eyes look so sad, but maybe that's just the allergies. Hey, Sagefira, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be a good time to relax and stick around the quarters wing. Oh, I agree. I need some time off. Look at me. My stress is completely maxed out. So now is a perfect time to go in and alter my my deck a little bit. I'm definitely considering either getting rid of this sports ball one or like some of these zeros, like getting rid of the crawling or the wondering or the giggling, because I feel like they're not as strong as some of the other ones that I'm going to be picking up. So let's go ahead, we're going to relax in the lounge, get -100 stress. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work, not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. So I can either do this and get a card, or I can approach Mars and Dice. I think I'm just gonna sit with my holopalm. Sometimes the best company is yourself. You find a quiet corner of the lounge and curl up in a cozy egg-shaped chair with your holopalm. You check your HoloNet notifications, nobody bugging you, good, and then watch some vids from the archive. Ah, maximum relaximum. I mean, honestly, this is the vibe. I like my alone time. I am an introvert by nature, so sometimes you just need to refresh and relax and recharge being by yourself, and that is okay. So I would do the same thing if I were little Sagefira. Oh, that's right. I don't get a choice. I have to choose between these two. First words or pink candy. That's tough. That's tough. I think I'll get rid of first words. Yeah. And now we are at minimal stress in the season of mid-pollen, so I think now is a really good time to go outside and kind of explore a bit. I feel like I should probably keep giving things to Tangent if I want her to love me, right? Do you think she would like a mushwood log? Or a crystal cluster? Let's give her a mushwood log. Same dialogue. She doesn't love it, but it still made her like us a bit better, which I will take because I want Tangent to love us. So, that being said, we're gonna go outside. You've seen Dice use this drain pipe behind the garrison to sneak through the walls. There's a metal grate that comes off so you can crawl through. Do you want to go out there? Yes, I do. I want to go on an adventure outside the colony. And so, a new year, full of endless potential, has begun. There is so much to do within the Exocolony. But what's more exciting is the possibility of what lies beyond the walls.